All right, we are here with an amazing Westlake Charter Explorer. Once an explorer, always an explorer. Explorer for life. Nancy Kong-Vasquez. Thanks for being here, man. Hey,
Thanks.
Nancy, tell us like a little bit of your background with Westlake. Why am I dragging you in here for a million reasons? Why do you think I'm dragging you in here? What's your Westlake story?
I don't think that anyone in this community could love Westlake more. So I've been part of Westlake since my daughter Sarah joined in like 2009, 2010 as a fourth
Yeah.
grader. I remember being part of, being able to go to Sutter's Fort and, all the hands-on learning that was really part of Westlake. I joined as a pretty involved parent, like at other schools and PTAs. And so I took over the Olympic triathlon that first year when we were doing, fundraising and highlighting our Spanish and PE and art programs that other schools were just not doing. So, it was really a fantastic time for me to be involved. And that was by far my most favorite Westlake event of all the various Westlake events. I did it for a good 7-8 years, it feels like. And I loved every single minute of it. And just seeing the joy on kids' faces is my favorite thing.
Yeah, sorry, but you kind of you went from being involved. Hey, I'll take on the Olympic triathlon to the Wave president. You ran Wave from Wave president to board, Westlake Charter Board Member. I mean, you served here in so many capacities. From when Sarah was in fourth grade in 2009, and she is now graduated from college. True story.
She graduated from college. She's working in the Disney College program and living her best life in Orlando, Florida right now. I couldn't ask for more.
And her two younger brothers are also out there living their best life in college as well. So, I mean, Westlake played a little part in their amazing success story. They're all amazing kids. Nancy, we are here celebrating 20 years of joyful learning, right? This is our wow, we opened up in 2005. Here we are in 2025. We got kids in college, yours, mine. And we got kids graduating from our high school, our first high school graduating class this year. As we celebrate 20 years of joyful learning, Nancy, what is something that rings that bell for you where you go, oh, joyful learning, that makes me think, take me back in time. What do you remember about Westlake Charter School and joyful learning?
So I think for me, I just love the hands-on and project, the group projects and everything. It really taught my kids how to be collaborative, right? And, work with other people to get to an end goal. And, it's kind of real life. The whole project-based learning is very real life. And sometimes, you're going to have to pick up where other people might not have contributed, or you're going to learn something from someone else that you didn't think that you were going to learn. So I love the PBL aspect. It's always been the hands-on learning for me and my kids. The Sutter's Fort, when they got to spend the night at Sutter's Fort, or spending the night on the Balclutha when it's raining and it's awful, and but they persevere and they learn something about themselves that they didn't think that they could do. But for me, I think just a collaboration with the teachers. There were my daughter struggled. She struggled in school, and she had to work really hard. And I don't think that other the other places where she was recognized necessarily that. And so the teachers, especially from her middle school on, just gave her this love of learning that is so invaluable, right? People who told her that she could, and she believed it, and she did, and now she's thriving, and I love that about
I love that recognition. I love that, she had to work hard. She struggled, but people believed in her and said that she could. I love that so much.
And I think part of it too is just, one more point is that there's this recognition that not everybody learns the same, right? I remember going to you and going, John, we're like doing this Common Core math. Like, my kids don't learn that way. And you're like, yeah, you're right. But you know what? Not everybody learns the same. And I had to pause and think about that. And that has really been, I think, just a turning point for all my kids to be able to say, you know what? You might not get it the same way, but here, let me show you a different way of doing it. And so part of, the Westlake Pillars is the stewardship and, just helping other people. And I know that my kids have they've done like tutoring of their friends and just go, let's look at a different way of doing things. And I think that is something that Westlake really instilled in them, and they carry it on to this day.
Yeah, I love that. Those are good. You and I knew we would go too long, but I'm gonna go one more, Nancy.
I know. Sorry.
I knew. I was like, oh, we'll do 3 minutes. Oh my goodness, Nancy Kong-Vasquez and John Ike on one screen. This is gonna go longer than expected. But from a joyful learning perspective, you talked about project-based learning for the kids. You talked about like our field lessons. You talked about personalization, making sure we all can learn differently. But from a parent perspective, for those of us who are on campus volunteering and doing things, what's a joyful learning opportunity for parents who walk onto this campus at Westlake Charter School and serve in a way here that maybe is not available at other schools?
Yeah. So I would say that, really early on, the parent group, WAVE has always done a really good job of building a community and building a volunteer community and a parent community that wants to be involved in their children's learning. So, being a part of that and being able to build that has really been like the highlight of my community career, right? As a community leader, that's like one of my most proudest accomplishments is being able to make parents want to come and volunteer, right? Because the reality is that everywhere else is a 5% rule, and you hope that you get 5%, right? Like you hope that there's like a small group of people, that 5% that's going to come in and, help with whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's an ice cream social or a senior dinner or whatever those things are, right? But at Westlake, the thing that's really special is that parents want to get involved, right? Yeah. They want to be part of their children's success and their children's struggles and be part of the solution. And I think that you and the administration have always been able to do that, to invite voices outside of just you, right? Yeah. And it's been able to, grab that community and, being that community partner, right? To find out what's possible when in school and community collaborate, right? Like, so, it all ties together. It all ties together. And, for sure, it makes a difference. And I think Westlake does an amazing job at that. And the people who encourage it, and are open to it are the ones who are really successful.
Benefit from it. Yeah, that's good. Well, hey, Nancy Kong-Vasquez, you are once an explorer, always an explorer. You're an explorer for life. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on and celebrating 20 years of joyful learning. I'm going to kick it back to the rest of the team on the podcast side. But thanks, Nancy. We appreciate you. Hey, can I get a let's explore?
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
let's explore.
Let's explore. I love it. Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks.